What's up, guys? Welcome to Wellthy. Another episode of Wellthy. Today, what?
That was good, babe. Keep going. You got this.
You're gonna just blow up the microphone with your loud laughing.
Sorry.
Wow.
Sorry.
Hannah's trying to record us doing the intro and stuff, and it worked out.
It worked out great.
Great.
You're cute.
Anyways, this is Wellthy. I'm Derek.
And I'm Hannah. What's up, you guys? I really expect an answer every time.
I know, it's weird. You kind of you wait for it. You're like,
I really do. I'm like, so how's everything going, you guys? And it's really embarrassing that I do wait and anticipate, like, good, we're doing good.
I'm doing pretty good. It's been an okay week.
It's been decent. I definitely used what you talked about last episode, and it improved my life.
I would love to hear that.
I would too.
My sister told me that. I told you that, right?
No.
Yeah. My sister, Rachel.
Shout out to Rachel Highland.
Yeah. We love her. But no, she said that she listened to the episode about saving and compounding and kind of, you know, like the little things going a long way. And she told me that she set up her automatic savings just because she, you know, has kind of a side job while she's a writer and stuff. So she doesn't have like tons of money coming in. She's like, I just took what little I could, like you said, and it automatically goes to my savings. And I felt so good about it. So that was really cool.
That's really awesome. Great job, Rachel. I'm so glad that Derek's part of that episode spoke to you. I'll hopefully get you on another episode, girl.
I'm sure.
I got you.
I'm sure.
Oh,
stop.
You are everyone's favorite though. Like, I hate to call that out, but
right? No.
Yeah, no. People will come up to me that I work with, clients. They're just like, Derek is such a natural. And I'm like, yeah, but what about me? And they're like, you're good too.
See, but you got to understand, guys, if you don't know both of us or either, Hannah is a social butterfly that is in person, just like she is best friends with everybody instantly. She's a golden retriever. It has been said. I, on the other hand, am very hard to warm up in person, very standoffish and stuff. So it's easy to turn it on for a mic, I guess, because I can just stare at Hannah awkwardly while I talk.
And then I just want to like blush and not maintain eye contact with him the whole time. So I just kind of get lost for words, and I'm like,
but Hannah doesn't have someone to hug and jump up and down with and be uber friends with. So it's,
I try to do that with my microphone, and that's usually when you wave it down and you're like, don't embrace your microphone too much. You can't just like rub it up against your face and kiss it like a European kiss. Like,
ew.
Side to side, cheek to cheek, you know? It's only
what
the
cheeks?
way. Facial cheeks.
Facial cheeks.
Weirdo. Oh my god.
We're gonna title this episode "Facial Cheeks."
The only cheeks I get close to are chesties, and that's when he's turning around in bed, and it's not deliberate. I don't need to have his butt that close to my face.
I still love him.
His little turbo swirls. Anyways, wow. Welcome to Wellthy, you guys.
Most distracted. Yes. So if this is the first time listening to Wellthy, guys, we are an awesome podcast for two professionals who have a lot of experience and clients that we were helping and working with. And basically we decided, you know what, let's take what we've learned through our years of experience and the stuff we see every day. We need to take this and spread it to the world, because so much of it that we see is like basic and quick fixes and things that can really just turn your life around in huge ways and improve it. And we have seen how much we love to do that for people. It's why we do what we do. And we said, we need a way to spread this. And we even thought about, you know, like businesses. What if we start businesses and consulting? And Hannah has her own business, but it is so multifaceted that it doesn't quite hit this of what we're trying to do with the podcast. And then I don't, of course, I have other things I'm doing, but no. So this is the best way that we can reach the biggest audience of, on my side of what I handle, I am a licensed broker. So I deal with money, investments, saving, finances, things like that. So I'm all about helping you guys make more money, keep the money you have, and make sure that you've got that money around when you get older. Hannah, on the other hand, handles what? Tell the people.
I am a yoga instructor, like a senior instructor. I'm pretty big at the gym I work at.
What is your title?
I am the senior rehab instructor, and essentially I'm the director of the yoga program at Rebel House, which is downtown Salt Lake City. Check it out. Quick little plug for them. We do indoor cycling, a boxing HIIT fusion workout.
Which is very fun. It's
very fun.
It's a killer workout too.
And then now yoga, which the yoga room is heated with infrared saunas, and it's pretty dope because it's not like... You don't feel it as soon as you walk in. It's almost like you've been cooking in a microwave, and then all of a sudden, like your core feels, it's almost like you have a fever.
No, infrared's cool. They have like those fireplaces that are infrared, and it's a totally different kind of heat.
Yeah.
It's much less abrasive.
Yeah. It's definitely not as like invasive, abrasive. It's more just like deep in your soul. It's like, I've always needed to be this warm. And then I'm also a personal trainer, also in Salt Lake City. I have awesome, amazing clients. Shout out to you guys, because I know you listen. Thanks. And then I also run an online business that kind of encompasses everything else I do. So yeah.
Very cool. So today, guys, let's get into the episode. I think with New Year's kind of wrapping up a little bit and we're getting into the swing of the year, this is when people they start to kind of question their dedication on those New Year's resolutions and those goals they've set. I think the third and fourth months of the year is really when people start to question what they decided, right? Whether it be fitness goals, financial goals, that's when it gets hard. I honestly think that, a lot of us, we shortchange ourselves and be like, oh, I gave up after a week or something. No, we're all pretty good. I think most of us can lock something down for a month or two. And, that second month is when it starts to really drain on us. But we're like, no, I can do this. And then we hit the third or fourth month. That's when it's really like, oh my gosh, I feel like we have cut back on our budget for forever. And we are not any closer to buying a home, or paying off cars and debts. Or on the flip side, Hannah, like, would you agree? Like, what do you think around this kind of time, or what?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I think, it's just really tough. It's really tough. The first quarter, I would say like the first 2 months of the new year are really awesome. Like people are very gung ho. They make it work. I don't know what it is, but people prioritize, their goals more so in that time. And then honestly, life starts to set in. Your finances start breaking down, or your body starts to break down, and, it starts to really need the rest you've been neglecting for the last 2 months because you felt good about it. Yeah. And so this is the time of year, we're ending our third month of the new year, and people are starting to get sick. It's turning into spring, so allergies are coming out. Bodies are feeling really, really tired. Bank accounts are feeling strained. Daylight savings happens.
All sorts of stuff.
I actually kind of love daylight savings though, but
I don't know.
I like.
It just is to me.
Anyways, but it's tough for my industry as well. That going forward, the next 2.5, 3 months are a struggle period where everyone's kind of like, my schedule's changing. My life is changing, especially when summer starts. It's weird because work schedules unintentionally change a little bit for a lot of people. More vacations are had, yada, yada, yada. All those things.
I have a little theory on it. I think that what happens is that first month, January, first month, whatever month it is, August, doesn't matter. But first month, you are able to push off of just pure motivation, I'm doing this. I'm so excited. I got new clothes, whatever, or like we set up a new account. We're all in it. And the second month comes around, and that's when you may have to make your first change. You have your first challenge, so you make your first change. Whether it's with working out and you have to make that schedule change. It's, my shift at work changed, or I realize that the morning maybe isn't the best, whatever it is. That second month, you make the first change, and you're okay with that because you're like, I knew this would happen. I knew I would just, I'm flexible. I'm cool. I'm still motivated. This is great. And then the third month, I think that's when a huge, boom, 50% people fall off, and that's a made up number. That's just me guessing, right? 50% people fall off because it's the next change, right? Because there's going to be another change or another challenge. It's like, okay, you lock down your schedule, but now you're realizing, okay, maybe on one big thing, I think with the training stuff, January is overtraining, like you said, not resting. Yeah. So they hit the third month and they figured out their schedule where now they can go 4 or 5 times a week or whatever. And then they hit the 3rd month and they're like, man, I'm exhausted. My body hurts. I'm mentally burned out. I burned through all my music. Like there's all these things. I don't know. Music is a huge thing for me going to the gym if I don't have the right.
Yeah.
But
sorry to call you out, but you have skipped your workouts if you've forgotten your headphones. You're just like, I can't.
Oh yeah. If I can't like find them or something, it's.
Or you get to the best is when you get to the gym and you're like, crap, I forgot my headphones. And then you come back and then you're just like, I just don't want to go. And then that's when I realize I married a human. It's really a nice
probably
moment.
done that once. If I've taken my pre-workout, I'll make it happen.
Yeah.
But no. And then I think the 4th month, that's when kind of those last holders on, because they've gone through their 3rd round of change where they're like, man, I had to change my schedule. I'm exhausted all the time. And now I got to eat right. Or now like whatever it may be. It's like, okay, you know what? That's like their 3rd strike. That's 3 months after them being motivated that they have 3 reasons to say, I'm done. So that's my little theory that it's kind of, that's why.
Makes sense, babe.
Thanks.
I like it.
Thanks. Anyways, so today we're just going to focus on gym stuff. We don't really have a financial side to this episode, and that's okay.
We might have some financial throw-ins. I don't know.
Maybe.
We might find some.
I'm sure we will. I'll force it.
Yeah.
Awkward silence. Okay. So today, guys, we want to talk about gymtimidation.
Has anyone heard of this?
I don't know.
Waiting for a response.
Even if you hadn't, I think you immediately recognize that you hear those words and you're just like, oh yeah, I've never heard of that, but I can tell you exactly what it is.
Yeah.
You know?
And who gets like either like a feeling of pity or like just a drop in your gut that it's just like, oh my gosh, yep, I have felt that.
Yeah, I think
it's a big thing, and it's a common topic in obviously my industry, but going on right now, social media, everything, but it's been going on for a long time.
The start of gyms.
Yeah, I mean, there are tons of campaigns and stuff to help avoid gymtimidation.
Yeah.
Okay. That makes sense because intimidation and then gymtimidation. Yeah.
In case anyone was wondering what the word.
In case you didn't understand, let me break it down for you. But it's great. Like, I love the awareness that people are spreading. And I'm excited to hear, I think you have some stats for us.
Yeah. So, if anyone has ever heard of the supplement brand called Isopure, I don't know how big they are or not, but I've heard of them. So they did this pretty big survey, and they, I think it was a couple thousand people that they were able to reach out to and just ask them, what about the gym causes gymtimidation for them? Of the couple thousand or so in general, they said that at least 50% say that they do feel gymtimidation. And it comes from a couple different sources. So some of those, 32% of the people that were asked said that their source was working next to someone who that person is in great shape.
Okay. So like, let's say you're not feeling like you're in the best shape, but you're running or on the treadmill next to the Instagram model that is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or you're trying to do your bicep curls next to the guy that only does bicep curls.
Or the chick. I've seen some mad biceps on some chicks, dude.
For sure. So that comparison though.
Yes.
Definitely. I think that's a huge source of it.
Yeah.
And what we're going to do, because the episode's not just about randomly talking about this stuff, guys, we are going to offer our solutions to these as well. So we'll go through the stats and offer our thoughts of how we can help. So 32% of people said that it came from working out next to someone in great shape. 17% of those of the people surveyed said it came from just working around the opposite sex in general.
Oh, interesting.
Which I was surprised that number was lower. 17%. I mean, I thought it would have been much higher because, I mean, I don't know. I just think that people when they go to the gym, it can be such like have like sexual tension.
Trigger. Yeah,
for sure. Because especially nowadays, everyone goes half naked, and I think it becomes this like weird, like I don't know, just everyone's amped up. The energy it's high energy, and everyone's working. It's all about your body. So I think it's very easy for the gym to become sexualized.
Yeah, Yeah, absolutely. And I almost think it's like a challenge thing of like, I dare you not to stare at me, even though I'm walking around half naked.
And then I'll get mad at you if you do stare.
Yeah.
For
I'll
sure.
just act put off. Anyways, granted, make sure you're living within social norms and being comfortable and respectful of those around you.
For sure. Let's see. 31% said they were intimidated just by getting in shape in general, which I can understand that for sure. They're just,
I
it's
honestly
a huge topic.
feel that all the time. Like I avoid the gym because it's like, yeah, never mind. It's not about me, but I feel this.
But I think people would want to hear your perspective. I mean, you're a professional in the industry, and for you to also feel what people might say, you know, quote unquote amateurs or something are feeling. So how do you feel it?
Well, so for me, when I go to the gym and like at the public gym, not one of the gyms I train at, not one of the classes at Rebel House, like when I'm at Vasa Fitness, and it's just hard because I assume, just like everyone else, that everyone is looking at me.
Oh yeah.
You know, I think that's a common thing. And I kind of wish they would have pulled that in this survey.
Like, do you feel like you're being watched?
Of like, what is the percentage of people who just feel like they are being watched the whole time?
Maybe it was 100. So they're like, let's just not put it in because we all feel that
because
anyways.
It's obvious.
Because I feel that. So that's 100% of the people in this room.
Yeah. So for me, granted, like I'm sure people don't know me, but if someone were to know me or not even know me, I don't want people to see me like on my last set of something be like, oh, her form sucks. Like I need to go help correct her form because I'm such like an anatomy and form junkie. My clients can attest to this, that it's like, no, wait, do that over again, all over and over. So I never want to be the person that's like, oh, her form is so bad.
Someone help her.
She's trying.
Or, oh, she's going to get hurt.
Exactly.
But I'm not going to go help her.
Or I don't know. I really don't like the vibes. Like I really don't like the competitive nature that I get
so funny
from like women at the gym. It's really interesting. Yeah. I don't like the whole like, oh, you're a new face, like you're in my stomping grounds. I gotta, yeah, it's really weird. It reminds me of being at BYU Idaho and walking into a sacrament meeting and all the, in my pencil skirt and all the little ladies getting worried that I'm going to steal their man.
Going
and
to church,
they have no idea. I was not interested.
Okay.
Yeah. But it's just a weird feeling, and maybe I'm projecting and my nervousness is turning into that type of energy that it's like, I feel like everyone's trying to compete with me.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I think it could be both. It's probably a little bit of both. I mean, I don't think it comes from nothing. And because I feel the same way as you, you know, in my own version, I think totally that we amplify maybe making mountains out of molehills. Totally.
Oh, I mean, nervousness has that. And anxiety, like diagnosed anxiety or undiagnosed. Yeah. We know that creates bigger things out of little situations, but they're still valid. The feelings are still valid, but
totally. Yeah.
I can understand this statistic. I'm shocked it's not more though, because more people feel out of shape than people feel in shape.
Yeah. But I think the thing about this survey was that it was with, it was people who go to the gym, or maybe they were doing, you know what I mean? It wasn't just
they're at least
it wasn't thousands of just random people.
Well, I mean, they're supplementing with IsoPure smoothies,
probably,
and stuff.
Yeah.
So, like in supplements, so it
might be skewed
like
towards
on track.
Gym people.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think just in the whole intimidation in general, you know, like, of course, it's always intimidating to go to a new place. Or a place that maybe you're going alone. A lot of people struggle with just going anywhere alone and stuff like that. And I totally get that. The gym just adds such a unique feeling, and it has a unique sprinkles on top of that anxiety Sunday, right? I think so. Just with, like you said, there's competition of whether who looks better or is stronger or, you know, goes more often, or anything you could think of, has better outfit. I don't know. The shoes, who's wearing the shoes?
You just read my mind. Speaking of outfit, nothing can cripple my workout more than if I don't feel confident in the performance of my outfit.
Oh yeah.
Like if I accidentally wear like non-leg day leggings and it's like, no, but I really wanted to crush my legs today.
Really?
It's really tough for me because it's like, oh, my waistband is falling down all the time, or pretty sure these pants are absolutely see-through when I deadlift, you know, all these things. So yeah.
I get it.
It's fun.
All right. Wrap up a little bit. So 48% just said the sheer number of workouts and classes available.
So just like it's overwhelming.
Yeah. It's just, they don't even know where to begin. And 47% of those surveyed said, even though they wouldn't, like they're regulars at the gym and they maybe not feel regular intimidation, that they do feel that gymtimidation from time to time.
Yeah.
That just every now and then they feel that. And I think that is very normal. I think I would fall into that group for various reasons, whether it's, you know, for me, the gym, and I think for everybody, it's a huge mind game, like a huge mind game. My workout is wholly dependent on my mindset when I walk onto the floor. And whether this is cheesy or not, I have had times where I've just sat in the locker room just trying to amp myself up, whether it's finding the right song or watching a YouTube motivational video, right? But it works though. And that's the thing. And I don't care if it's cheesy or if, you know, I can laugh at it. I can laugh at myself because it is kind of funny, but it works at the same time. So I'm going to keep doing it, you know?
Yeah.
Because I go and I kill my workouts when I walk onto the floor feeling like this is my gym and I own this place. And I don't, but that's what it's all about. And having that kind of an attitude in my life has helped me tremendously.
Yeah. And I agree. I think I would fall into this too. Because I never feel just one of these gymtimidation things. And I don't feel all of them ever at once, but it's like I could go and then just randomly have the weird anxiety of getting in shape in general and kind of that just broader. Like I don't feel comfortable. I don't feel like my body is like conditioned enough to do this workout, even though it is. It's like I can go do it, but yeah. And then it's really interesting how overwhelming the classes and workouts and everything. Yeah. So
no, for sure.
It's just interesting that I don't think you could just be in one. And it looks like these statistics are almost broken down. So like 32% of working next to someone in great shape. So that would be like looks, appearance based.
Yeah. I think like we said, the comparison, it's all, yeah.
Yeah. Appearance comparison. The next one would be like social or sexual anxiety. Yeah. And then the other one is just, ability based or comfortability based. So wanted to go back though. I wanted to throw in on that 17% of working on the opposite sex. I think that a lot of that can stem from, you know, why do the majority of people go to the gym? Because they want to look better for the opposite sex, right? I mean, that's why I started to go to the gym years and years ago, because I want to look good for girls, right? Who doesn't? You know, what guy doesn't? So that's why I went, so I can understand how that can be extremely intimidating for someone to say, oh, I want to look good for the other sex. And I go here and this is where all the good looking people of the other sex are. It's like, wait, no, like you guys go away, go be hot somewhere else. I'm going to be here working on myself, working on me so I can become part of your guys' hot person group. But for now, I just need to be me. So I can totally get like, although that was only 17% of those surveyed said they felt that, I think that the 17% that feel it in a huge way. Yeah. And it's not necessarily like sexual tension. It is just exactly how you said it. Like, go be hot somewhere else, please. Like,
I will join you soon, but right now is not the time. I'm not ready yet.
I will even call you over. Like when I'm ready, like, right. You just wait. But, cause I'm
not ready to present myself to you.
But it's like, you're so good on the inside though. Remember your value on the inside.
For sure. Just the fact that you're there working, putting in the work, overcoming your fears is awesome.
Exactly.
Love it. Okay, cool. I just wanted to say that about that because I think small number, but huge effect for people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I love that point. And then the next one, the 31% of just getting in shape in general, you know, people felt gymtimidation from that. And I would think that's like a just ability or comfortability maybe even social for that one too. Like as far as like wellness topics.
Yeah, for sure.
Or physical, like that would be your physical issue. Yeah. Of your.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And then the 48% who feel gymtimidation just from the sheer number of workouts and classes available. That sounds just to me like a huge anxiety one of just being overwhelmed, like socially, and then by availability of things. You know, you can't choose, and you don't know where to start. And if you're going to a huge gym, chances are, from my experiences, they're not helping you navigate their huge directory of amenities and programs and sources, you know, for your sweat.
Right.
They just kind of say, hey, thanks for paying us a monthly fee. Super appreciate it. Good luck.
Yeah. And that's a whole topic. If we have time, I want to hit on that. I think that number as well, though, comes from the lack of knowledge.
Yeah.
Like finance, fitness and wellness is not only is it a very broad subject, it is also a very deep subject. So when somebody considers it for the first time in their life, considers taking it seriously and really jumping in, it's the ocean. It goes on as far as the eye can see, and we don't know how deep it is, right? Like it's just, and you're thinking, well, I mean, I just have my little rowboat here, and you want me to go cross this thing and become like an all-star fisherman, or you know what I mean? It's like, or you want me to swim this?
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know where to begin. Like, is there anything on the other side? I can just see how getting off that shore and into that ocean is just like, and there's monsters in there.
Well, and I'm actually going to jump onto your analogy.
Yeah, go for it.
And say, so yeah, while you're in this boat, you can see as far as the eye can see, and you think that's enough with all this superficial information.
Oh, just the wave tops?
Yeah, it's just like, oh, this is plenty because look how far it goes, but look how shallow it is. It doesn't stay deep for long. So those are the people that it's like, please don't get, like, watch who you're getting your workouts from, your inspiration from, your sources. If it hurts you while you're doing it, but it's the same way that they were doing it on Instagram, check yourself. Like if your low back hurts after a plank because you saw some Instagram model doing a plank with her butt up in the air, that's not correct.
Is that a sore spot for you?
Yeah.
She's giving me dagger eyes.
It's just I just don't like it when people abuse their platform and don't educate. Educate doesn't have to be boring, but just don't take planks aren't sexy. Like you should have dimples in your butt cheeks if you're doing it right. You're squeezing your glutes so hard. I mean, granted, some people probably don't have dimples in their butt cheeks if they squeeze their butt. I do, but yeah, so
no, I get it.
I think people need to just find credible sources, and people can be credible, but just also know there's also ways to look pretty for Instagram. And that's just a whole other thing, is don't judge your form based off of a pretty picture.
This is a key thing that I learned in my many years. I would say, okay, at this point, this is kind of cool. I realized this the other day. So I'm going to be 27 this year, right? I have now been on, this fitness journey, right? Or figuring out fitness for myself for a decade. It was right about 15, 16 that's when I started running and trying to figure it out and what's my body? What is going on? How do I do this? And I've been working out, trying to figure it out for over a decade now, which I was like, whoa, that's cool. Guys, it's taken me a decade just to figure it out. And I still every week come home to Hannah, I felt this muscle in a new way. What the heck? And she's like, yeah, that's the right way to do it. And I'm like, well, it's new for me. And I've been doing this for 10 years.
Or it's another way to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
But so what I've learned in that decade though, is that when you see things in videos, in magazines, books, you know, I used to be all about the men's health books. Like they come out with like the thick books, you know, and I do have the big book of exercises is cool because I think it is more of just a reference than like a magazine.
Yeah.
But I used to buy like the guides, right?
Yeah.
And I no longer do that because what I learned is that what they show you is a way to do it, not the way to do it.
Because there is no the way. There is a way for every single body, and there's the way for every single body. Like Ian, who we had as a guest star, guest host, you guys could do the same exercise, and I know you have, and you have both felt it completely different, and maybe you see a benefit and he doesn't. Like the girly glute exercises that I gave you.
That I still do and I love.
Yeah, and they've strengthened like everything about your leg day.
And I'm a faster runner now too.
Yeah, good.
Much stronger runner.
And he, you know, one didn't really love it because it's a girly exercise, but he didn't get the same benefit that you did.
Yeah,
you know?
for sure.
So just because you see one way of doing it, that's not the only way for you to do it. And that's not the only way to look like the person demonstrating it.
Right. Yeah. It's interesting. It's something you have to feel out. And there are definitely guidelines, of course, but those are guidelines. Like we said, not the exact, your hip must be this degrees off of your foot or whatever.
Yeah. Well, that's a good point. Like in yoga, I always say that yoga should fit the body, every body, instead of every body should fit the yoga pose. You know, so it's like, just because there's, in my mind, one way to do it, if your body is telling me that that one way doesn't feel right, then we need to modify it to fit your body, as opposed to just forcing your body into this one movement that obviously your body is talking to you and we need to listen. Right. You know, and it doesn't have to be just like a sore thing or a hurt thing. If it's a range of motion thing, it doesn't add any pain, but if you're starting to work out, like you might not be as mobile as someone who has been working out, or what your body will be able to do once you start working out, or totally different. You might be hypermobile. Like I know a ton of like ex-dancers who still have their flexibility and they have their really, really loose joints still from all the overstretching and stuff that they did, but they're not strong. And so it's very scary for them to jump into squats because they can go ass to grass super easily.
Yeah, they can literally put their cheeks to the ground and keep their heels flat, kind of a thing, right?
Yeah, exactly. Because the flexibility isn't the issue, but then they stand up and they knock their knees together because they don't have the muscles to support. So they're relying on their knees staying together. So they have some support.
No.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
Still though, that's just terrifying to
I have seen everything.
I'm sure. Wow.
So Gymtimidation.
Yeah. So let's talk some ways to get over it, to deal with it, to handle it, because I still feel it. Hannah feels it. We're pros. We do it. I've been doing it forever. We've both been doing it forever, but we still get it every now and then. So we get it. It's human. So but let's work with it though and learn how to get over it and past it.
Yeah, let's just go down the list.
Cool.
But first off, I do want to address that, yes, we all do feel it. Even though 50% of these people that were surveyed feel it, these are just a small group of people out of the huge population of the world. You know, the numbers would be different if every single person got tested or surveyed. And it's totally justified to feel this. It's not a bad thing. But just like everything we've talked about so far on the podcast, it's how you deal with it. It's how you function. It's how does it motivate you and how does it elevate you to continue to work towards your goals, as opposed to stunting you and keeping you stagnant and crippling you, essentially. So yeah.
Well, yeah, for sure. You can accept it and make it awesome.
Yeah.
So one of the first things I would say, let's say you go into the gym, you're all about it. There are a million machines. There's that room that has dumbbells and giant guys and loud noises and grunting and slamming weights and stuff. And they're just like, where do I even go? And then of course there's the area that has 12,000 treadmills and ellipticals, right? And I think people walk in and think, well, where do I even go? What do I do? I don't want to look silly or dumb using this or that equipment. And I think a great piece of advice would be to ask the either a trainer or the personnel, even the front desk people, because most of the time they're trainers too.
Yeah, or they're training to be trainers.
Yeah, exactly. Like they know it.
They're getting their foot in
they
the
work
door.
at a gym for a reason, right?
Yeah.
So just ask them, say, hey, I'm new. Can you just kind of show me around a little bit? Or I was wondering how this specific thing works. They would love it. I sometimes I'll chit chat with the people at the front and they always seem so bored. It's because they're just there all day, but they want to be talking to people. They want to be interacting. They want to be a part of the gym. So they would absolutely love for someone just to say, hey, can you just show me, like, what are your favorite things to do? Or, hey, I really want to work on my legs, whatever it may be, right? And they'll be like, oh yeah, they will love it. They'll be great. And that way you feel like, one, you have a friend now. You have a familiar face at the gym. You know, you can introduce yourself and say hi every time you see them. That is huge. And we'll talk about that more. But you get to see the equipment that you've wondered or you want to use, or now you know, like, okay, cool. Like, yeah, when I come and want to do this kind of a workout or these kinds of things, I know I can go straight to this machine I am now comfortable with. I'm familiar with. I know how to set it up properly for me. And you instantly create just that base level of comfort, I think, because you know where the water fountain is at, you know where the bathroom is at, you know, and really they should give you this kind of a tour when you sign up. But if they don't, and a lot of them don't, I think this is a great place to start. And I think our wash machine's going. So.
Oh, do I have to go?
Okay. Oh, wait. Okay, cool. We got a new washer dryer and it like sings to us and
guys,
stuff. So.
It does all of our bedding in one
it's
load.
Huge. I think we got like a hotel size.
No, it's the size right below like a commercial grade. Like I think the basin for the washer is like awesome. 7.2
cubic feet.
Cubic something. But like normal like a normal house is like 5.3.
Okay.
And then a dryer is like 4.5. Our dryer's like 7.
It's pretty sweet. But anyways, so find someone that works at the gym. If you don't have like a friend that already goes there or something like that, just ask them to show you around, ask them to show you some equipment, things like that. And you can do that over and over again. They'll love it. It'll make their day because they're just waiting to help people.
Yep, absolutely. I love that. Yeah, I am a huge advocate of making sure you are protected and like and protected maybe won't make sense until I figure out the other word, but you are like set up and you're comfortable, you know what I mean? Like, so whether that's going to the gym with a buddy who knows a little bit more than you, or you both know the same amount of nothing, like that's great, because then you can both be beginners together, or you can be the learner and they can be the expert. Whatever it is, I think it's super beneficial to be able to be the sponge, like what we talked about a couple episodes ago, of like, be the learner. If you're not a gym person, then learn from gym people of how to create those awesome vibes and things. So, yeah. And then for me, I also think a huge thing to get over is plan your outfit wisely.
Yeah, hit on that. I don't have to worry about that so much, but
yes, you do. So,
well, I guess there was that one time with the
what? I don't remember this. So, explain.
So, what was it? For Christmas or something, we got me a bunch of new.
Oh, was it your
clothes.
See-through shorts?
No. Oh. No, I know those are your favorite though, but
they have sparkles.
What?
Oh, I don't know.
Sparkly see-through shorts. Yep. No, but we got me some new shorts and stuff, and some had liners and some didn't. And these ones, I think, had like a really little liner, or like some weird, I can't remember, but it was just that I went to the gym and the shorts I was wearing were very dangerous for me to like go upside down, like put my feet in the air in case my shorts came up. I'd be exposing myself to everybody. So yeah, I could see that guy, you know, plan your outfit wise. I didn't realize that at the time. So now when I wear that pair, I have some compression shorts underneath.
Or like the whole, speaking of laundry, like that we have to do our workout clothes separate. Oh, because you are so strict that
you're the strict one.
Because I'm taking care of my quality clothing items. Okay. Derek could care less and wants to dry his clothes and use a dryer sheet for his nice workout clothes.
Because I want my clothes to be dry and soft and not staticky.
It's making me itch on the inside. But yeah, because I mean, you hate how clingy your shirts can get.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I hate having it static clean. Like I'm just suction cupping or whatever. This
well, I mean, I would be very frustrated because I mean, you're wearing a men's t-shirt. Luckily, I wear just like already tight things that are kind of strategically loose.
Right.
But if I was wearing a men's shirt that was staticky, I would feel like it was highlighting all of my impurities because they're all in that area. Absolutely. Like,
oh man.
Yeah. Okay. Well, so yes. And similar to my thing where it's like, no, plan your outfits, plan your outfits to your workout that you're going to do. Especially when you're getting started, it's important to plan what you're going to do before you get there.
Yes.
Don't show up to the gym without a plan until you're like expert, your habit is made, everything is figured out. Cause then you can kind of intuitively see how your body is and you'll already know the exercises to work on what you need to.
Yeah, exactly. I may not write things down, but I still walk into the gym knowing exactly what I'm going to do.
And you've been working on this for 10 plus years. So, and you're still not walking into the gym with just an open slate going, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Oh, those are the worst workouts. I leave feeling completely unproductive, unaccomplished, like I wasted my time.
Yep, for sure. So yeah, plan your outfits to your workouts, but make sure your workouts are also planned and that you are strategically breaking them down into smart, effective ways to work out, which if you have questions about that, let me know. We don't need to discuss it right now, but
yeah, for sure. Some other things you can do as far as planning and like research type stuff. If there is a workout or a machine you want to use or something, you just throw it in YouTube, Google it, just do a little bit of reading beforehand. I do that all the time still. I will see a certain lift or I want some kind of new lifts, you know, and I will throw it in Google. That way I can see the form, see what kind of equipment I need, you know, see like, oh, okay, this guy, he's like a pro. He's like super strong. That's the weight he's using. So I can try to grab the correct weight the first time. Just things like that. And then it's nice because often videos like that, they'll show variations as well. So if you go to the gym and you're like, oh my gosh, I was planning on doing this thing and someone else is using that equipment. Oh, but I remember they also did it with this way. Okay, maybe I can try that. So that's one way. Do that little bit of research beforehand, do some Googling, write down your workout, and you can write down the machine names and stuff like that. Also, another way I think too is you can go maybe your first couple times or something. If you're down for doing some little bit of cardio, just go jump on a treadmill or a bike or whatever fits you and just watch, just kind of check out. Usually they face the floor of the gyms and you can just kind of observe and be like, okay, like you could you don't need to do this like 100 times, just do it one time, go. Or even your first time, just do it for the first 10 minutes and just observe like, okay, the machines are over there, bathrooms are there. That looks like that stuff over there. Oh, that person over there is doing that. I like the way that looks. I'm going to watch and wait till they're done. And I'm going to go do that and see how that feels. Like, just do some observing in a normal way. Like I'm walking on the treadmill. I'm going for a jog. I'm riding the bike, whatever works.
That's exactly what I do when I'm like a guest at a gym is I go suss it out and get the lay of the land from cardio. Cause usually you have the best vantage point. And you can actively be scanning things and seeing what's up without just walking around and feeling dumb. Like there have been times where I've walked like a personal trainer. I have not had a workout plan walking into the gym. And so I've walked around the gym with my water bottle, with my headphones in, just waiting for inspiration. Just like, I'm going to walk by the machines until I feel a machine that I want to work.
It speaks to me.
And then I just do a circle around the gym and then I walk to my car. Like it's just like, yes. So it's nice to get the lay of the land from one spot instead of trying to walk around and do it. Cause you might just end up walking back to your car. But speaking of like great resources and stuff, I just want to throw out one of my favorites. I've said this many times before and I'll continue to say it again, but I really appreciate form and anatomy, physiology, kinesiology for our human bodies. And if YouTube is a hard resource for you to access at the gym, because sometimes their service really sucks and it's easier to do Instagram because it's smaller things to pull up.
Right.
Move U official or _ official. So it's move with the letter U _ official. They're awesome. They are I think they're physical therapists is what they originally set out to be. And they want to help you alleviate pain in certain exercises. But with that, they're showing you how to do proper form and how to modify for your body if you are feeling pain and stuff. So it's really cool because they can bring it down and break it down to muscles, to joints, to everything. But they're a really, really great resource. For me, like I had a couple ideas of how to help a client. Every time we do a core exercise, she feels it in her hip flexors. So, I mean, I tried a couple ideas from my knowledge and it still hurt her hip flexors. Like she kept engaging her hip flexors no matter what.
Yeah, no, I get that. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, you're a hip flexor person.
Oh yeah,
too,
for sure.
like
I have to really try to not engage them.
Yeah.
So I can work my core.
Yeah. And so I had to do a lot of research of, okay, how can I really disengage? Like the mind body connection isn't quite there yet for her to be like, okay, hip flexors, I need you to turn off right now.
That's hard to develop.
So it's me putting her in body positions to have her successfully do a core exercise, without finding those hip flexors. Yeah. It's putting the hip flexors in a position that they can't get.
Yeah, no, that's cool.
Engaged. But it's just great that there are a ton of resources out there. Also just buoying off of what you said, I think it's super important to, write down the exercises, write down the machines, but also notice the commonality between, but like if you're focusing on triceps, for example, you will notice that mostly triceps will be a bend and extend of your elbow, you know, and with the force pulling downwards and backwards. So it's the opposite of a bicep curl, where a bicep curl is coming upwards and forwards. So people noticing that, like when I was teaching Pilates and I had a full class, so 10 reformers completely full, and someone had an injury, but they were like, oh, don't worry about me. I'll just modify and do another exercise for the same muscle, which is great. Like I felt comfortable letting some people do that because they've been for sure clients forever. But then there were some people that here were doing like, tricep extensions, but they can't, let's say we were doing tricep extensions on all fours using the reformer strap. They can't be on their standing wrist, on the wrist that they're supported by. So they needed to do another tricep exercise.
Yeah, like a sitting overhead or something like that.
Exactly. And so they wouldn't do a seated overhead. They would be doing something else like a chest fly or something so random that's like, that's not even close to the same muscle.
You're not.
And what's frustrating is when I go take classes and I see people trying to modify someone, like one of their clients, for doing an exercise, they don't keep it within the same muscle group. So if you're a professional teaching group fitness classes, needing to modify, make sure that you're modifying the person for a similar muscle group, because there's a reason you're teaching to that muscle group. Of course, unless there's an injury, but try to work past and help them improve their injury instead of just completely sidelining it and never letting them get addressed. Because
for sure,
I don't want someone to think that because they can't do a tabletop tricep extension, they can't do triceps. Like that would be silly of me as an educator and an influencer.
No, I would say that just sounds so like, wait, you can always do.
But as a consumer and as a client who's uneducated and unfamiliar.
Yeah, you're going to trust the professional.
No, you would think that that's the end all be all.
That's what I'm saying. You trust them. And so you're like, okay, I guess I can.
Well, even if the professional doesn't even say anything is what I'm saying. Is that some people might assume that they just can't work blah, blah, blah because they're injured or because they can't.
Yeah.
You absolutely can. You just have to work you have to work the exercise to fit your body. Yeah.
No, for sure. I like it. So going back to Gymtimidation, what are some other things? So this is one thing I think is cool about you being the way that you train people. And in case anyone, is unfamiliar with Hannah being a personal trainer, she does awesome work. I think it's cool. And what I think is really cool about what she does is she actually trains at a private gym, a gym for trainers to bring their clients to. So it's very small, and intimate between the client and her. There's not other people there. If they are, it's just another trainer with their client. So just wanted to throw that. I think it's really cool. But what happens, and I think how it's good though, how people can apply a concept like that to the other places, finding a friend, finding some kind of a support. It could be a workout partner. It could be just some way of feeling familiar at the gym. And even if it's, I feel a weird connection to people I've never met in my life, just the people that go at the same time as me. Because I'm like, oh, they're here. Yep, that person's there. They're getting it. That person's there. They're getting it. I'm here. Like, we're the 5 a.m.ers. You know, we're here when it opens, just because that's what our schedule forces us to do. So you can find ways to do it. It's about wanting to find a way to do it. Don't let these like little excuses turn into big things that you're like, well, I can't work out and now I have to cancel my membership, or hide that you signed up and keep paying it but never go.
Yeah, absolutely. I love the whole that you feel part of a community just because of your habitual actions, you know? And even if they weren't habitual, like if you are just starting to build that, you're going to notice the people that hang out and that are around. I love it when my classes that I teach, they start to build a community around the time. I'm completely not involved, you know, because I'm like the teacher. I'm not the cool person. But like they will maybe start like a group chat or like reach out to each other on Instagram and be like, are you going tomorrow morning? Or if someone's not there, it's like the world ended. You know, people are like, are they okay? Do you know where so-and-so is? Are they okay? Because I haven't seen them in forever. Yeah. Like, it's just very cool. The accountability that kind of creates subconsciously of like, I can't let these people down. These are my people, whether or not it's a group fitness class or showing up at 5 a.m. with like at your gym to do your own personal workout. But you have your peeps that you see. You might not even make eye contact with them, but you just recognize the same way they do their ponytail or the same black ratted hoodie that they wear while they're running on the treadmill, whatever it is. You can't let them down. And I love that mentality of there's something bigger than me. And whether it's the community around me or a greater purpose, like I'm here for that. And that's motivating me when my internal, my personal, my individual motivation is not there. Yeah.
Because we all have those moments that sadly we let ourselves down and I can let myself down, you know, and you can accept that. Like, let's be real. But when you involve other people, it's like, okay, I could let myself down right now, but I can't let them down. Like, I've got to do this for them. That's fine. Go. Great. Awesome. Your motivation doesn't matter. Just go do it. Like, I think that's so cool.
I can't remember what book it's in. It's either one from Gretchen Rubin that I'm reading or Brene Brown or, Rachel Hollis. I'm reading 3 amazing books. Well, more than 3, but these 3, I can't remember who says it, but I think it's Rachel Hollis and Girl Wash Her Face, that book. But she says like, it's so easy to break a promise to yourself. Oh yeah. You know, we constantly break promises to ourselves. It's really hard to trust ourselves. Half the time when we say something, like last week, I was like, well, I'm going to go dairy and sugar free on Monday. It's Tuesday, and have I gone dairy or sugar free?
Nope.
Did we not just eat ice cream together, Derek?
We did. And it was delicious, and I have no guilt.
No, I don't have any guilt either, but it just sucks that it's kind of like when I made that promise and kind of said that to myself. I even tried to rally in one of my fellow instructors. I was like, hey, Naomi, you want to go sugar and dairy free with me starting on Monday? She's doing it. Nice. She messaged me today and she's like, 24 hours, no dairy, no sugar. I'm dying. And I'm over here forking my ice cream in from the carton.
Literally, she eats her ice cream with a fork. That's what she means.
Yeah. Yeah. Eating my ice cream by fork from the carton. And I'm like, good on you, sister. Like, I had tacos last night and I'm eating ice cream currently, but I will join you. Gosh. And I feel super empowered by you. And I just hope I vicariously get the benefits that you're creating for yourself right now. Just kidding. That's not possible, you guys. I know. I'm going to have a vulnerability hangover after that. Just like I shared too much. I let myself be too real. That's what we're here for. But I mean, so that's the thing though, is like, I partially realized that I wasn't going to keep that promise to myself because even her holding me accountable, kind of, it wasn't enough. So I need to really figure that out. Maybe go to therapy or have like a little
whatever you gotta do.
Journal
you
session.
Do it.
But
you need to go look yourself in the mirror and have a long conversation.
Listen here, Hannah. Your skin is gonna look amazing if you stop eating dairy, and everything else is gonna look better if you stop eating sugar.
I'm all about the self-pep talks.
Yeah. If I can hold Chesty's face every day and tell him affirmations, I should be able to do the same thing for myself. Yeah,
you need to apply what you do to our dog to yourself. Look, she looks at him in the eye, grabs his face every day. What do you say to him?
So I kneel down on the floor while he's still up on the bed and I cradle his probably 25.5-pound head in my hands.
Squishy face.
He looks like a human, like a stress ball when I'm just holding his, and his head takes up both of my hands when they're spread apart and all 10 fingers wide. Anyways, I look him in the eyes and sometimes his eyes are closed because of his wrinkles.
He's sleeping.
And I say, you are handsome, you are brave, and you have a mommy and daddy who loves you. And then I kiss him on the nose and sometimes he kisses me back and then I just go live my life.
Yeah, you need to do that to yourself.
Yeah.
I mean, you can be beautiful instead of handsome. Yeah. Or you can be handsome, whatever you want. You do you.
I don't know. Whatever it depends on what energy I want to feel that day.
Yeah. So to wrap up, the point I wanted to make, and I think this will be, I think you have a lot to add to this as well, is look, I like to be real and to be honest, right? I would call myself like a gym person, right? I go every day, all about it.
You're a gym person. You don't have to say, I think I'm a gym, you're a gym person.
But here's the deal though. We're normal people. All right. So like when you go to the gym and people think of working out, they get intimidated by the people. They think of the giant, jacked, 8 foot tall Hulk guys and the perfect bodied women and or whoever, right? They have this image in their head of a person that is most likely fictional. This is kind of why they're intimidated. Because they're either not that person, they feel judged by that person, they're comparing to that person, whatever it may be, right? But the thing is that when you go to the gym, I would say most people there, one, don't notice you, don't care you're there. And if they do, and I fall into this category, I see people there that I can tell are like awkward, uncomfortable, having a hard time. I want to like go high five you and be like, this is so cool you're there. I want to be your best friend. Anytime you want to talk to me, like if you know what I mean? Like, but I know I don't want to make them feel weird or like I'm patronizing. They're like, I've been coming here for 5 years and you're treating me like I'm, you know what I mean? I don't want to insult anyone on accident as well. But I just wanted to the people that are listening though, the majority of people at the gym are just other normal people, even if they're in excellent, fantastic shape, right? The buff guys, the super thin or fit chicks, whoever and everyone in between, they're normal people that just maybe a little bit further along in their journey compared to you, which you shouldn't be comparing anyways, and they would love to include you and invite you. And they think it's awesome because they've been there. They've been where you were, right? Maybe they didn't look exactly like you, but they had their flaws that they want to overcome. They've had their anxieties and their fear and their letdowns and their falling off the bandwagons, whatever it may be, but they've been there. So when if they don't notice you, and if they do, they're just cheering you on and they just think, cool, another person that's normal like me. Because even if they are in that excellent shape that you think you can never get to, even though you totally can, even if they are that person, they probably still feel the exact same as you do, where they're like, man, I've got such a long way to go. I don't know, you know what I mean? They still feel like a beginner. I do. I still feel like a beginner, and someone could look at me and say, oh my gosh, blah, like amazing, whatever. And it doesn't matter because on the inside, I'm like, no, I still look at machines and think, wait, is this the one I want to do? How many times, you know what I mean? I've probably used every machine in there at least once.
The picture?
Yes, I did that today because I wanted to find a specific motion, right? Or specific range of motion for my arm to go on I work my chest today. And I'm looking, I'm like, wait, is this it? Because I just moved to a new gym location, right? Because we bought a house, we moved. So Yay. I'm at a new gym and it is taking me forever. I go every day and we're how many weeks into this? And I still cannot find this one machine I want to find. So I'm like, maybe they just don't have it. But I still walk the line. Is this it? No, that picture doesn't look like it. Is this it? Wait, no, it doesn't. You know what I mean? Like I do it too. So I just want people to know, right, that we're just glad you're there. We want to be your friend. We're normal like everybody else. You're like us. We're like you. We all feel like beginners. We're all intimidated, right? We think everyone else is better looking than us.
Before you give your Nobel Peace Prize speech.
Thank you. I
also want to shout out the fat people, the people who are out of shape, the beginners or the veteran, heavier people at the gym.
Mm-hmm.
They too are normal people, just because like, not that I'm offended.
By me?
Well, just because I feel like you were like, oh, those skinny fit people, the muscly people, they're just like us. It's almost like in the magazines where it's like celebrities, look, they're just like us. They pick up their dog's crap with a bag.
But I can agree with what you're driving at. So keep going.
I'm saying fat people are normal too. Like just because they're overweight or fat doesn't mean they have binge eating disorder. And if they do, guess what? They're at the gym working on themselves.
Yeah.
Or
totally.
That doesn't mean that they have control issues. Genes are a real thing. And if you don't override your genes, like kind of what you've done, you will look a certain way. If you're like X, Y, and Z can create an overweight person.
Mm-hmm.
It's not just all the negative stereotypes that we put on a fat person. They're normal too. It's just like,
for sure,
we shouldn't just call the skinny, pretty muscular people who maybe have orthorexia and only eat macros and
or their genes make them that way.
Exactly. They have genes or they travel with a food scale, whatever it might be that we assume about them. We're all normal people.
Yeah, that's what I was driving. Is that we're all in the same kind of boat. We all have our fears and intimidations.
Yeah. We all do. I just want to make sure.
Yeah, I didn't want to exclude anybody.
Yeah, no.
And like, we're normal. It's like, well, I'm normal. Like, you're normal. We can be buds. We can be bros. Like,
yeah, everyone is normal. Everyone has their flaws. Everyone has their strengths.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have a couple heavier friends that have way more motivation than I do. And I kind of have to go off of them and be like, okay, you're towing me to the gym today. Like I am totally getting dragged behind your motivation to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once we get there, I'm going to have to figure out how we're going to work out and what we're going to work out.
Mm-hmm.
But you're getting me there. You're getting us there,
Yeah, for sure.
So we all have our flaws. We all have our strengths. We're all normal. And that just goes to show how important rising above this gymtimidation is. Every time I say it, I question if I'm saying it wrong.
You're doing great.
Thank you. But it's so important because we all can fall victim to it, and we all just need to rise above and make sure that we're doing our work as individuals to not get over it, but embrace it and push past it. Whether that's just educating yourself a little bit more, pumping yourself up in the locker room before by watching YouTube videos or finding that perfect song. I get it, it's huge. And we all need to figure out what works for us individually. I can't stress enough that there is no one size fits all program. There's no one size fits all exercise. There's no one size fits all diet. There's no one size fits all sleeping schedule. Like there's no one size fits all anything.
Mm-hmm.
And if you're in the stage of your progress and your education that you believe there is, and that by looking at one video of someone that you admire on Instagram, their leg day, that is not the end all be all leg day workout,
Yeah.
Continue to just reach and learn and ask those around you and reach out to us. We love answering questions and helping everybody find their goals. And yeah, any other thoughts on gymtimidation before we leave?
No, the last two things I would say are, one, my most favorite people at the gym are just the people working hard, regardless of what they look like and what they're wearing, or regardless of everything. I see effort and I recognize that effort and I love it. And it inspires me, seriously. Like you said, whether they're anything, I see that and I just go, yeah, okay. Yeah. That person's getting it. I gotta go. I love it. So, that, and then the last two things I would say too, is that, it's like church. We're all there for the same reason, first of all, and we all need to be inviting and supportive of everybody else that comes or wants to come, no matter what. Those are to me, those are the rules of the gym, is that you have to recognize that we're all there trying to do the exact same thing with the same goals, just trying to better ourselves. And we all are obligated. We have a duty and a responsibility, because people are just trying to improve themselves, to make them feel invited. Just because they want to be there, they have the right to feel welcome there. Those are the two laws.
Love it. Absolutely. Praises to the last statement. Seriously.
Hallelujah.
Hallelujah. Praise.
Awesome.
But thank you guys so much for listening to our Gymtimidation episode. We super appreciate you tuning in, and hopefully you feel something today. Remember to create a community and a safe space wherever you're at. We're all beginners. And if you are a beginner or wherever you're at, I think the message from Derek and I, if I can speak for us, is just keep going, because not only for you, but you are helping support and bring other people into your experience and into your life. So thank you so much for working hard. Thank you so much for listening. We appreciate you. Again, my name is Hannah.
This is Derek.
And we're signing off. Tune in next week. We have a fun episode planned for you. Chesty says bye. Make sure to rate, subscribe, and review.
Yeah.
I said that in a new order this week. That was fun.
Same things, different order. It's okay.
Yeah. And then make sure to find us on social at Wellthy Podcast. And then that will connect you to all of our other social, email, blah, blah, blah. Love you guys so much. Thank you. Bye-bye.
See you later.